I don't know if it's just me or I have these sort of philosophical sparks here and there. I was thinking of the concept of suffering, whereby people say, can one person live or can one improve without suffering? And I have no definite answer for that, but what I would say is let me give you this type of scenario of God being a welder and people being these imperfect pieces of metal that need to be shaped, refined, and purified. Okay, so what I'm assuming a welder does is that to take out all the imperfections of a piece of metal, he has to hit it. Okay, so let's say that hitting in this scenario is suffering. Okay, and you or us people are the pieces of metal. Okay, so God grabs you, the piece of metal, and then he asks you, what do you want? You tell him, and he says, okay, you want to be this. Then he puts you down on the table, grabs the hammer, and then he looks at you and says, okay, for you to become what you want to become, you have to say tree. Okay, you want to be shaped like a tree, you have to say tree. Okay, he hits you, you say soil. He's like, no, tree. He hits you again, you say car, because we're imperfect. He hits you again, you say bottle. He's like, no, tree. He hits you again, you say fruits. No, you're close, but no, tree. He hits you again, and he continues hitting you, continues refining you. And the interesting part is that every time he hits you, he always comes in and says, no, tree. The moment you finally say tree, he puts down the hammer, takes his hot metal gloves, I think, grabs the refined, purified, beautiful piece of metal that you have become, and he cools you down in the water. And when he takes you out, you are what you wished for. Some might be a tree, others a beautiful clay pot, others a car, but you are what you said you wanted to be. You are what you chose to become. God is just a welder. He gives you a choice. So the next time he says, no, tree, listen. I guess this, in my reality, is the getting hit with the hammer, 16 years old. I'm gonna be an artist. Oh. Everyone will support me. Gosh. And now, no one, bro. It's you and you. Literally, it's you and you. It's not you and your family. No, they most likely will want you to become something like an engineer or a doctor. No problem with those things, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be those things because they are unfulfilling for me. Sure, I could do them first and then do art later, but then there'll be this constant nagging in my head that what if I did it back then? What if I did it when I had the least? What if I did it when I was that young? How many kids would I have inspired? Yeah, I hate those what ifs. Next time he hits you, it says no, tree. Listen. I'm listening, I think. Okay, I wanted to tap into this little thought I had the last couple years. Okay, when I was in grade 8, I had a choice to make because that's when I was thinking of buying books. Thing is, what I didn't know was that moment or that choice would, change the entire course of life, change my mental structure, my thought processes, my emotional regulation. Okay, so I had two choices. Choose to buy a book about money, how to make it, how to understand it, or choose a book about the mind. So I chose the mind. I chose a book called I forgot it, but yeah, it's about the mind and it's from O.M. Swami. Okay, yeah, it's called The Some Things of Life. Yeah, the Some Things of Life. It's been a while since I've read it. I chose the book about the mind. So as I read that book, the book kind of changed my life. I started to realize a bit more. I don't know, realize, but kind of test. The book said to be more grateful for things. And when you're 14, you're not grateful for anything. You're just, I want this, I want that, I want that. So, and at the time, I was in that self-improvement entrepreneur phase. So I was into testing things. So I tested this be grateful thing, saying thank you for this in my head. There was also another part about forgiving people. There was also another part about listening to people. There's also another part about being emotionally regulated, meaning watching your words, watching your thoughts, having to be faithful, being loyal, overall being a good person. When you're 14, when you're any age, you think you're a good person. But then you read these books, then you think about these things, and then you realize that no matter what you do, no matter what you think, no matter what you say to yourself, you are a terrible, horrible person. Because sin isn't just murder, but the tiniest of lies. Sin isn't just punching your brother in the face, but also pushing that child in line. Sin isn't just insulting God, but insulting your neighbor, your friend, your parent, your sibling. That is sin. The smallest of iniquities is sin. And the more you know, the more you read, the more you think, the more you watch these somewhat internal podcasts, internal monologues, internal books, they show you the path to self-realization and in time self-acceptance. Because I believe I'm still on the path of self-acceptance. I realized. Yeah, for today I think that's enough for this passion project. So next I'm gonna work on I don't know what to call these. Illustration for y'all. So yeah. But I haven't accepted. I've realized my disgust, my iniquities, the sin I've done towards God. Even after the realization of being good, being grateful, praying, reading the Bible, thinking about others, caring about others, I still don't pray as much as I would like. I still don't read the Bible as much as I would like. I still don't think I care about people as much as I think I should care about people. There's always that voice in your head that says you're not doing enough. It's also another voice in your head that says you should have chose the money. Because sure, you know these things, but now you're broke. You're fighting to just make your first couple pennies. Bro, it's hard. It's freaking hard. And if I would have done it in grade 8, maybe I would have the money. Then again, maybe I wouldn't have God. Maybe I wouldn't have uncovered my desire to create worlds, to make my first animated show, to love others as I love myself, to care for others, to be there for other people. Surpassing your limits is weird. It's super weird because once you pass that limit, it's no longer a limit. Anything concerning it or anything near it is now considered mediocre. So yeah.